This is Jordan Tower with JT News. Okay, we got some entertainment today. Make sure you smash that subscribe button. I appreciate you guys so much. Okay, today we're talking about 50 Cent, Ja Rule Irv Gotti. Some things happened last night, and 50 Cent got to trolling all the way in Saudi Arabia. Let's get right into it. This is Jordan Tower with JT News. Hit that bell, hit that subscribe button, guys. Appreciate you guys, and hope you're having a positive day. It's Friday. I'm feeling a little better. I'm going to do some newer videos for you guys about, motivation and, money later on. For now, just keep re-listening to the same stuff because you need to get into it, okay? So let's get right into the news. We got 50 Cent and Ja Rule. Now, 50 Cent reacted to Ja Rule and Irv Gotti getting denied for going into SOBs last night. I mean, that's... SOBs, if you don't know, it's a small club downtown Manhattan. Well, it's on Varick, okay? So it's like right around the tunnel, okay? Small club on really 7th Avenue, and then you go down, it's like right near that tunnel down there. I forget, it's the Holland, whatever. Anyways, bro, this is where like small hip-hop acts go, and like, when you have a small intimate venue, okay? So they get denied entry. They start going crazy. Irv Gotti, I'll link it all below, so don't think I'm not playing it. You guys are gonna be able to see it. So Irv Gotti's going like, oh, that's on my son, and then Ja Rule is telling people to hold his shirt. I mean, these guys act so tough, man. This is the funny thing. I know some of you guys will be like, oh, Jordan, you're this. I'm not claiming to be a tough guy, okay? These guys always did. And even someone from Supreme Team did an interview recently. He said Supreme was their muscle and they overused it. And that was Supreme's downfall, was Irv Gotti and Ja Rule, okay? They used that card. They weren't from the street, but they knew the business. Irv Gotti is a business genius. He got DMX, Jay-Z, he was part of these guys' careers, and then he launched his own label. Ja Rule is a good artist, right? But the problem is when you're not a tough guy, and then you pretend to be a tough guy, then you employ people to be your muscle, it can backfire, and like they're just getting exposed now. Now this escalated. 50 Cent obviously reacted to them trying to act tough in SOBs, man. I mean, come on, look. Look at big bitch ass nigga BJ. He can't even breathe this shit. Calm down. SOBs, access denied. Yo, look at these niggas, yo. Oh, shit. Meanwhile, back in Saudi Arabia. And then he goes in again, okay? This one's even funny. Yo, somebody hold my shirt. When you want somebody to hold you back and they don't. Let me take my shirt off, because I'm going to do nothing. Fuck this, I'm going to do a lot of nothing. Exclusive footage of nothing. Nigga doing nothing. Y'all niggas want smoke? New exclusive footage of nothing. Niggas doing nothing. Pump faking like they getting ready to do something. Oh, hold my shirt. The way 50 Cent describes things is hilarious, man. So Ja Rule, of course, responded, and he put up a picture. They're going back on that. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you something, man. If 50 Cent was a rat, wouldn't that get exposed already? Wouldn't that be exposed already? Like in today's age, like we already found out Rick Ross was a CEO. There was plenty of stuff on that. There was so much stuff on that he had to admit it, right? Don't you think 50 Cent would have been exposed at this point? Now, we can go back to the beginning where Ja Rule and Irv Gotti, they said they had this paperwork of 50 Cent and the engineer from that Hit Factory. Was it the Hit Factory? It was one of those, studios, and, the whole incident occurred. And they said they got to order a protection against Ja Rule and Irv Gotti. That was proven to be fake. Okay, there was the precinct was false on it, and the cop didn't exist, okay? It has been proven, okay? So now they come out with another one today of supposedly him telling on Jimmy Henchman, who was the games manager, right? That's who we're talking about. So Ja Rule says, first, let's get right into exactly what Ja Rule said. Ja Rule puts up a post of a rat taking a shower, and he says, "Is that you, Curtis?" Then he says, "Of all people, you know what it's like to get your butt whooped by me and my dudes." What is he? I mean, they got into it. Nothing really happened in that studio. And he says, "Scared for your life. Oh, I know this paperwork is fake too. I challenge any blog news outlet to see if those officers in this paperwork exist." That's only because they learned from their last time that it was proven. So they probably got a real precinct on the fake paperwork this time and a real cop attached to it. Which, if it's really like they're falsifying it to that point, they could get in more trouble. I mean, are they that thirsty? And if this really existed, this would already be out. And 50 Cent would be exposed. Think about it, okay? They would have. Why are they playing this card now? Why wouldn't Jimmy Henchman play this card? He said, then he said, 50 UP sitting down. He said, "I want smoke." So he has a report of investigation, right? And it's about Ja Rule. It's Ja Rule posts something about on or about October 9th, 2009, an anonymous phone call stated that we should investigate James Roseman, a.k.a. Jimmy Henchman, in regards to the Lowell Fletcher, a.k.a. Lodi Mac. Okay, so what happened was, back in the day, like mid, 2005, 6, 7, somewhere in there, Tony Yayo and Lodi Mac, they, for some reason, put pressure on Jimmy Henchman's son, okay, which was a violation. I'm not co-signing that. In a retaliation later, Lodi Mac's life was lost, okay? And Jimmy Henchman has since been arrested for that and a bunch of other stuff. And Jimmy Henchman has been proven to be cooperating with the police. 50 Cent exposes this many times. The paper exposes this many times of Jimmy Henchman telling on people. He's accused of a lot of things, and he's been cooperating, okay? Then on October 12th, 2009, Brian Smith arrives at the home of Curtis Jackson in Farmington, Connecticut. Jackson confirmed he was the person with the anonymous phone call. When asked, he believed the motive. He said he's scared for his life and that it was a retaliation, and would be willing to provide any information. Man, if this existed, Jimmy Henchman would have been put this out, or had one of his friends put this out, because all 50 Cent does is troll this guy, okay? Now, Ja Rule and them be reaching, man. Now, someone from Supreme Team recently did an interview. I'm not going to say his name because I don't know if he wants it out there like that. I mean, I know he did an interview, but it's someone else's interview. But he said the downfall of Supreme, who is the guy who is in jail right now, and he was head of Supreme Team, and it was the muscle pretty much behind Irv Gotti and them. He said the downfall of him when he came out of jail, he linked up with Irv Gotti and was kind of like, using them, but in turn they were using him for muscle, and he got too involved and everything. They were using him as a muscle credit card, and it eventually backfired on him. And they ended up locking him away for life now, So, it's like Irv Gotti and them, that's why they would talk so tough, because they had this muscle behind them. Now, 50 Cent, everything with him is verifiable. Everybody in Queens and everything, nobody questions the things he talks about in his rhymes, right? Because he actually was living a certain life, okay? Ja Rule and them weren't. They were just they're just industry cats, from their area, Hollis, right? But you know, that doesn't make you gangster just from because you're from a certain area, you know? Like, yeah, nobody's going to push you around, but once you take it to another level, it's like, whoa, you weren't living that life. I would never claim to be a certain way because I'm not, okay? I didn't grow up in that type of environment, you know? So the ongoing thing of people I've known in Queens and everything is that, you know, Irv and them, they have a lot of power in the music industry, but they were never in the street like that. Same with Ja Rule. 50 Cent, people co-sign 50 Cent. Yeah, he was there, out there like that. He still goes back to his neighborhood and gets love, you know? It's like, I don't know. Anyways, Ja Rule and them are really reaching today. Super reaching. But anyways, 50 Cent always keeps it interesting. And we'll see. I'm sure 50 Cent will troll them more today. Anyways, guys, it's Jordan Tower with JT News, and I'll check you guys in the next one. I appreciate you guys, and I hope you guys have a wonderful Friday. Peace.